What's up, everybody? Welcome to Six Man Podcast. We got Gani Stevens from the UP Fighting Maroons. This is Nico with Mario, my co-host for
Oh,
here. And this is the UP Fighting Maroons edition for the preview of UAP season 87. Gani, how's everything with you right now? From the start of the summer, from the moment season 86 ended to how you're doing now. How's everything for you so far?
Everything's great. Obviously we've done a lot of work since that last season ended. We're trying to, win the championship this year. So it's definitely been a lot of work in the off season. As you guys seen, we went on a bunch of overseas trips,
Mhm.
and we're just using that time to get closer with my teammates. And then, we have some new teammates join us. Q, Jacob. So just the veteran guys, trying to welcome those guys, and then putting all our attention to season 87, which definitely came up faster. It
The
felt like it
debut.
was so far away, but it's what, this Sunday, this Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, so this is what all the work has
Excited.
been in the off season. So just finishing up, final preparations, things like that.
So how does it feel? Last season, one win away. Yeah, one. Was it last? Yeah, one. Last season, 1 and 2 wins away, from that championship, and you weren't allowed to play it last season. So how does it feel like this season that you're gonna be able to contribute? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited. Sitting out last season and watching that, like, it just hurt because I'm so eager to like just go out there and help my guys. So and like we're right there, like I can literally taste it. So that just made me like way more hungry. And yeah, I'm just ready to contribute to my team. Bring what my past experience from UE and just try to new stuff I worked on in the off season and just try to help my team out as much as I can for this upcoming season.
So like, how was the integration? Actually, I want to ask. You like you mentioned, you came from UE. Actually, a kind of a surprise move. So
Yeah.
you transferred to UP. Coming from UE, you had a really good year in UE that time to transfer to UP. How was the integration into the UP system? How have you been able to adjust completely now, considering that you had that 1 year to adjust?
Yeah, definitely. Transferring, that's like always a scary thing about coming to a new team, like especially UP where you got a lot of like,
The
those veterans that are
expectations
like
so high.
tied up. So it definitely was nerve wracking at first, like those first like initial weeks, like you're trying to fit in with the team, like not prove yourself, but like, okay, like I'm transferring to you guys, like I want to show that I belong here. And my teammates really, really easy. Like my were actually from the same province. So that made
Kagulangan.
that
My.
connection really good from the start. And then I had guys like CJ and Malik that are like super welcoming.
Mhm.
And then it also helps. I had some guys like Sean and Chico and like those Philams that are helping me like adjust very quickly. And then the coaching staff was really nice. They welcomed me with open arms and like really helped and guided me. And then, like I said, 1 year is a lot of time. So,
Yeah, sure.
Not only on the court, but off the court, I'm hanging out with the guys, especially those overseas trips. You're really bonding with your guys, just focusing on basketball, hanging out, stuff like that. So I feel like the integration went really well. And I think we're super close and we're ready for the season.
All right, thanks for that, Gani. And I just want to know, like, from last year to now, how was like your nutrition? How did you plan that? I'm seeing that you're currently chiseled right now. You lost all your baby fats here. You're more leaner. I would say wider. How did you how was the plan for that one? Was it a steep? Was it an easy adjustment? Was it hard? How's it like?
Definitely. So from when after I transferred, I went back to the US and I gained a little bit of weight. So definitely the plan was when I came back and joined UP around, I think it was like May, June. From then I was kind of just on like a weight loss plan. And then up until this recent season, our new strength and conditioning coach, Coach Dwight, shout out Coach. He's been definitely helping me with not only just losing weight, but slowly trying to build back my weight, using hypertrophy. And then also, he's really been implementing a lot of plyometrics, trying to make me jump higher, things like that. But it definitely was, it was a grind. There was some ups and downs, losing so much weight. There's times where I felt like I got sick more, things like that. But, now I feel like going this season, I'm prepared well. Coach Dwight, he's got us already his strength plan, his conditioning plan. He gets us the right supplements, everything like that. So it definitely was a long grind, but I feel ready and, way leaner. My body feels good. So I'm ready for the season.
Speaking of which, man, you're talking about the long grind. You trained for a long. You've been training. Is there anything new we're gonna see in your game? We haven't seen you in the UAAP tournaments. I don't know if you're allowed to tell us about anything, but
obviously my coaches they've been trying to get me to extend the game a little bit. So I just been working on my mid range, just trying to if it's open, just try to hit a little just a mid, it's a 15-footer. And then obviously, just trying to be more consistent from the free throw line. They have almost every day, just before and after, trying to shoot more free throws. And then maybe a little bit more facilitating on my end, just like a personal thing. Trying to scan the floor more from the post, maybe things like that.
So how has the fit been with the team? You guys are a lot of. I think you have 4 or 5.
There's 4 bigs, right? There's 4 bigs and a lot of wings.
Bigs. Yeah, like Sean, QMB, you and
Dikachi.
Yeah.
Udodo.
So
yeah.
How is that all working out between you guys?
It's actually working out pretty well. We all we know. First of all, we're all good buddies with each other, and we're all easygoing. None of us are if one of someone plays more than the other because they're doing better. It's none of us are kind of envious. We all understand. We're all mature enough, and especially Q. Being play Division I and everything. It's nice getting that older experience, all the advice he gives us.
Yeah.
And then also I help a little bit. That previous season I had just helping Sean and Nakachi out a little bit, but. We're all easygoing. We all, once we're in there, we play as hard as we can. And then knowing that the next guy is someone we trust that can, carry the load is super nice. And I know a lot of people say 4 pigs is a lot, but it's really nice because we each can go our hardest. And then the next guy comes in, it's a nice rotation.
Are you being used as the 4, Gani, or you're being used exclusively as the 5? Or
Still the 5, yeah.
Exclusively as a 5?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're developing that mid-range jumper as well. Do you have the green light to shoot it from 3 if ever they leave you, or not yet? It's more of just a gradual.
Maybe I'm wide open. No one's else on the court. Maybe some after the court, half court, buzzer beater. Maybe.
Yeah. If given the opportunity, he's gonna take it for sure.
Yeah.
Just a quick question about your new recruits. One of the top recruits that you guys got this year was Jacob, right?
Yep.
So. Is he living up to the hype? Is he living up to the hype for UP?
Yeah, Jacob, I love him. He's I didn't realize how scrappy he is. He's definitely a gritty
scrappy.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's scrappy. Definitely doesn't back down. There were some moments, in the overseas trainings, some Serbian games, that they're roughing him up a little bit, but he doesn't back down. I almost forgot that he's an 18-year-old. Even though I'm only 20, but I'm forgetting this kid's fresh out of high school. So there's definitely a little bit, that youngest factor coming in. But that's where guys Jerry, JD, those older guys are helping him out. But he's definitely fitting in well. He's friends with. He talks to locals, talks to Finlams. There's nothing he doesn't feel uncomfortable with anything. He's open to what the coaches tell him. So yeah, he's great. Definitely has talent. So excited for him to play this year, and super excited he joined us.
For sure.
What about Q? What's he looking like? Because I haven't the only times I've seen QMB was in that Taiwan tournament. That was Taiwan, right? But how is he in practice? What kind of player is he, to just give the people who haven't watched most of your games and just a glimpse of what he brings to the Fighting Maroons?
Q, yeah, first of all he's a great guy. On and off the court he's nice, but also you can definitely tell he's a mature player. He's a very smart player. Playing in multiple Division I programs, you could tell that his basketball mind, he's just wired differently. So it's nice that he helps us. He uses that. He helps teach mainly the bigs. Helping with our seals, or maybe certain angles we can do, and then but also on the court you can see that as he's always. It feels like he's always thinking 1 to 2 steps ahead. His reads is nice, and his touch around the basket, you can tell that's years of hard work put in. So he's definitely is a really smart player, a good guy, and is a great fit for us.
You talked about those off-season. You guys had a lot of.
I think they had the most games.
You guys trained
a lot. So much games.
You guys trained a damn
I know.
lot, dude. So what's this called? I saw that you guys played against Serbia, against some Serbian pro teams. What's it like? Because that's European system. I'm assuming they're playing a European system type of basketball. What's it like? Were you guys able to adjust well? I know you guys, according to this, you guys swept the pro and club teams of Serbia.
Yeah.
So how was it all like doing that?
The Serbian, that was great. First of all, like the Serbian basketball, it's like very like, I'd say it's even tougher than Filipino basketball. Like our coaches there Coach Nikolai is crazy, and then just those teams, like we were playing like grown men, like those are all grown guys, and definitely there's a lot of system. There's a lot of emphasis on like moving without the ball, cuts, hard screens. But I think we adjusted pretty well, and I actually think I felt like we also used a little bit of that. Like we were kind of also moving the ball around well, playing up to that physicality. So it was really good.
How about the Korea teams? You guys played against 4 Korean teams. You guys went against?
Yeah.
How would that all go? Obviously, you guys had to like adjust. It's a different game. It's a different game, obviously, from the European one. Yeah. So how'd that go against the Korean teams?
The Korean teams it was like the way the Serbian teams, how they move out the ball and all the off the ball action, but that if you got to really be connected. Like if you miscommunication on a flare screen or like a back screen, that guy's going out and they're knocked down from the 3-point line. And that was also a thing for mainly like the bigs, because we UAP got imports or like local, they're usually inside, but here in Korea they're playing spread 5, so we're guarding the perimeter guys, maybe a faster, smaller 5 who can also shoot. So that was great for us, get some work on not only just interior defense, but like perimeter defense. And then just working on our interconnectivity on defense, communication was really important, just because that constant off the ball movement it's hard to deal with.
Man, that's solid. And out of all the teams that you have faced, it can be anything. What was the most memorable one for you, Gani? It could be a personal thing for you. It could be a memorable thing for the team. You can share any.
I think the one that stands out the most, obviously, you guys can probably guess, is going to be that the Phil Oil Championship game.
Phil Oil, okay.
Yeah, where we were down to LaSalle by 20 points. Obviously, like we keep hearing all the outside noise, like UP LaSalle, like who's number 1, who's going to win the championship. So I think even though our guys are composed, I feel like that's always kind of in the back of our minds. And then, going in that game, like it was definitely like preparing for LaSalle is different for us. I can tell my guys are a little bit more tense, we're really we work like extra hard for those games. And then just going down by 20, obviously like against any team that's hard, but especially LaSalle, where like we keep, heap outside noise, like, oh, LaSalle, blah, blah, blah. It definitely was good to see my guys like bounce back and like not like falter. We could have came out third quarter and then went down 25, 30 points. But for us to fight back and show that adversity, play connected, fight through that, it's just like what shows like what happened in the offseason, just us like sticking together and, persevering and pushing through that. So that LaSalle game was definitely a part where I was like, okay, these guys are like, I feel like, we're ready for this, we're all ready. Like we know that it's not going to be given to us, that we're going to have to fight every game. So, yeah.
Speaking of like UAAP teams, do you consider LaSalle to be the new rivalry for UP? Is that a thing for y'all?
I know. I feel like it's definitely the what's out right now, UP LaSalle. But at the same time, like we can't take it's the UAP. Like every team's gonna be giving us their best shot. So we definitely not taking any other team lightly, especially playing for a bigger school like UP. Like you have to be ready for each team to give you your best shot. Like when I was at UE, that's what our mindset was. Okay, maybe we're not in the Final Four or like we're near the bottom, but at least we can let's play them hard, give them a loss, and that's enough. So, but definitely like we're not taking anyone lightly this year. Our coach always reminds us that just because we're UP doesn't mean teams are going to give us a free win. We're probably going to get the best shot. They're going to be playing above and beyond. So but we're just ready for that.
Speaking that you came from UE, are you excited to have Noy with you?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what's like having your boy in UP?
It's crazy. Like seeing him, it's so nice because that UE team was really special to me. Noy, that whole team, the Phil Lambs there, like we had our bond was good. And then, obviously leaving that team was super hard for me. Like I really didn't want to. And it was a long process. I remember that whole spiel was going about it. And then for when I was at UP to hear that Noy was coming was like it was great. Like another UE guy I'm super close with. So
Yeah.
and then we already had that chemistry there. So we're bringing that, to UP, that in the practices, plus we're just keep building that, and hopefully next season when he's eligible to play, we'll be able to showcase that.
For sure.
Yeah, it was awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah.
How's Noy at practice, man? Like, is he killing it? How is he performing right now in residency?
Yeah, he's
At
great.
least
He's great.
within you guys.
Well, he's definitely great. He's killing it. He's bringing what he did at UE here, but he's also, listening from like JD, a bunch of the NU guys, Harold, Jerry. He's listening to what they're telling him, and then he's also and bringing that into his game. He's definitely, I'd say, he's very physical now. He's definitely, same old shooter, sharp, dead eye, facilitator. Yes. So yeah,
he's everything. I think does everything.
Yeah, he's flourishing. He's flourishing.
I think a lot of that has to do with, like you mentioned, some of those boys from NU that who played with Coach Gold. So speaking of Coach Gold, what's it like working with Coach Gold right now? He's one of the premier coaches in the country right now. People argue top UAAP coach, top 1, top 2, top 3, something like that. What's it like under Coach Gold?
I love Coach Gold. I can definitely tell he loves all his players. Whether it's the NU boys that he's been with since high school, before high school, or a bunch of new guys like Jacob, Q. He loves us. He definitely gives us great advice on and off the court. After practice ends, he's always giving us lessons. He's always telling us, before games. And then obviously he's a crazy basketball mind. He's super smart. He's always drawing up good plays and stuff. So yeah, it's really nice playing on the Coach Gold, especially because not only that he's setting us up for, to flourish here at UP, but definitely to bring stuff along that I can use in whatever I play in later in life. So
what's it like? What's the difference for those who don't know? I already have an idea, but I think for our viewers, I mean for our listeners and viewers, what's the difference between Coach Gold and Coach Tom? It looks like it's there's a difference, right? So can you share with us what's it like? How Coach Gold coaches to Coach Tom? How do they fit hand in hand?
Obviously, Coach Tom. 99% of the time, you're gonna see him standing up during the game, yelling at us, about our defensive stuff, stuff that he taught us like during practice. And then usually like in, the huddles and the close timeouts is when Coach Gold's gonna come, say some stuff to settle us down, tell us what we're doing out there. And also usually Coach Tom, he's always focused on us, but Coach Gold is always saying how he should be focused on, what the other team's running. So he's also watching and learning and seeing like what he can do to help us. And then that's usually how. But yeah, Coach Tom's definitely a vocal guy.
Very animated as well, not just vocal.
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah, he's doing the slides on the
yeah, he's doing the slides.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Dom.
Can you imagine Coach Gold doing that on the sideline too?
This is not Coach Gold.
Just one game they switched.
Bro, we all know UP has some of the wildest fans in the UAAP, the loudest, packed arenas most of the time. As much as possible, that thing is going to be packed as hell. How excited are you? Because it's going to actually be your first time with the literal UP uniform in the UAAP. How excited are you hearing all those people chanting for you?
I can't even explain it. Like, sitting out last year and I was watching, like I was in the crowds during those games. And it's crazy. Like the crowds did not help with me. Like it only made me more eager to return to the court.
Yeah.
Like sitting there and I'm literally going into the stadium. I'm just hearing like how loud it is, the chant, everybody, the Universidad, everything like that. But that crowd is amazing. They always show love. Even outside, like, maybe I go to UP Town Center or something. There's always UP fans like walking past.
Look at you, celebrity.
But yeah, they're, and the best thing about them, they're ride or die fans. Whether we're down, whether we're losing a game or we're up, they're gonna cheer hard no matter what. So it's crazy though. I'm ready to play for them. They've been supporting me, so I'm ready to like show my support back to them by playing this year and hopefully giving them a championship.
You guys are well supported by the nowhere to go but up, right? Like I see that they're very involved with the way they support the basketball team, and I'm sure in other sports as well. I'm just not from UP,
Yeah.
that's why I don't see. I just see how they help out in basketball, and it's you guys really. Is there like a monthly thing with nowhere to go but up with regards like having dinners with them, just making sure that you guys are all okay? How's like the support from that group, if there is any, like if they reach out to you personally?
Yeah, that's really good. Usually, yeah, there's like something every once in a while, like we do
Mhm.
like a dinner or something, or like maybe they'll come to our practice or something like
Oh,
that,
okay.
and just talk to us. But it definitely, they're we always hear the stories at the dinner about like how they've been there some like the 0-14 season, about
They
how
were
like
there.
they're calling like all the alumni and everything. So it's definitely great. Hearing those stories, it definitely gets us like really how deep this maroon jersey we wear. The university that like UP, how deep what the name means.
Yeah.
So, but then also it's great like the support. Not only us, like you said, like the other teams. It's definitely great seeing them spread that support they give us. So
Bro, second to the last question, from me. On a personal note, or maybe as a team, are you excited to face any specific teams? I know
Or
on
person
Saturday,
or player.
yeah, or person, player, like could be your best friend on another team or whatever. Are you excited to face anybody so we can also mark that matchup on for us?
let's see. I mean, obviously, like just sitting out. Obviously, the cliche answer, like I'm ready to play everyone.
He just wants to play.
Um, but I'd say, probably UST. I think
USD, okay.
Yeah,
I'd say
okay.
USC right now is
All
the
right.
most like intriguing game for me because
They're kind of
obviously
unknown,
like
right?
yeah, right,
That's
they're
still an
all
unknown
the transfers
factor.
they have, and like they're definitely like you can tell they're reloaded this year.
Mhm.
And then also my boy from UE's on there, Kyle Baranada.
Oh yeah,
So it's
yeah.
always good
Kyle's also
seeing him.
there. I
Yeah,
keep forgetting that Kyle's there.
I also
yeah,
forgot that
yeah,
Kyle transferred to USC.
Yeah.
yeah. So I'd say UST, but definitely I'm excited to play every team this year. But
All right, man. And I just want to ask, like, before we do the concluding one, uh, what's the training like in August compared to the past months? Did it ramp up in August, or it's the same level kind of intensity that you guys kept throughout, or was there a change? Considering that we're just 5 days away, we're
yeah,
days away.
definitely. So like off season, we're going
Mhm.
at it. Like those practices, I'd say way more physical, way more like physically demanding. We're drilling a ton. And then as the, season progresses, like
Mhm.
we're starting to shift more into like that mental aspect,
Okay, more on plays,
executing our
executing. Okay.
plays, defensive coaches more. So I'd say like it goes from, physically demanding, so a little bit lower to more of like the mental demanding. Well, even though we may be going 60%, our minds, we're always, defense, for example,
Yeah.
we're always communicating as much as we can, like switching, yelling our coverages. And then offense, we're just making sure that, we're running our plays hard, doing or executing, all our stuff. So definitely just a switch more of like the mental aspect of things. Just trying to clean up, fine details, stuff like that.
The last one for me. What's it like having Coach Josh with UP?
It's kind of
And
like
he's
that.
also back now. I
Obviously,
think he's also
yeah,
back now. Yeah.
yeah, got back. Shout out Coach Josh on the engagement and everything. I know Coach Josh since Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's where I'm from. If you guys don't know. And it's nice having someone from back home at my shoulder. It makes me definitely helps. Settle me down, makes me way more comfortable. And then for him, he was also at UE with me. It helps bring that factor because he was also very close with all the players there and everything. So him by me is kind of like someone that I always know will be in my corner. And just once again, this makes me more comfortable. And then obviously with Noy here too, we all three have that kind of that UE, connection. So it's nice. But yeah, love Coach Josh. He's helped me a lot. Getting me out here. Setting me up. Helping me with like the little things you don't see off the court. So yeah.
Let's take a picture for a story. Let's take a picture
Yeah.
before we move on. All right,
I was
Mario,
gonna take
can you
my
be the one to
I was gonna take
so
my
we can look at the camera?
I was gonna take my IG
Oh yeah,
story.
you can do that, Gani, if you want.
I do that.
All right, Mario, let us know if it's we're
Okay, I'm
good
gonna
for the
take a
picture.
screenshot. I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Okay,
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 one, two, three. Okay, good.
all right. Okay.
Okay, bro. Last question from both me and Nico. Not really a question, but more of like just like a request. Do you wanna? Or can you give a message, or you could shout out to your teammates or whatever? But could you also give a message to the fans for this upcoming season? UP fans, UAAP fans, all like. what is your message to them from the UP Fighting Maroons?
To all the UP fans out there, I know you guys have been waiting for a championship to return to Dillon, man. We hear you guys. We know how hungry you guys are, and we just want to let you know that, all the guys here are working super hard. We know that we want to give back to you guys because you guys support us, day in and day out. So we're super hungry, and we're just ready for the season to start. So, as you guys normally do, I don't even have to tell you this, but just keep continuing to show your support, come to every games. If you see any of us in public or anything, you know that we're all nice guys. Don't ever be afraid to take a picture or anything, but just know that the championship will come back.
All right. That's all for me.
All right, thanks so much, Gani, and everybody who listen on Spotify and YouTube. For those on Spotify, don't forget to follow. On YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is Gani Stevens of the UP Fighting Maroons, ready for season 87. Be sure to support them on September 7 against Ateneo.
Yeah.
Not sure what time. Do you know what time?
Oh, but we'll be there.
As long as it's after the E-Heads concert.
Yeah.
I think the UP community will be there, and this is they're the hosts
They're the hosts,
for this year, so
we're
it's
hosting
even
this
bigger.
year, yeah, so ooh, no pressure.
No pressure at all, man. But yeah, thanks so much, everybody, and Gani. It's a pleasure to having you in the podcast. Hopefully to have you maybe after the season, so just to make sure there's no distractions.
Yep.
After the
And
season,
Mario,
we'll
as
be holding
always.
the championship and everything.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood, man. Come on. They might blame us. You gotta knock on wood. We're neutral here. Anyway, thanks so much, guys, and be sure to listen to the podcast whenever you can. Peace.